Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, it's Dr. Nicole. How are you? Yes, we are building an audience. It is Tuesday night. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Are you getting your snacks? I see a couple of people. Come on in, come on in. Are you getting your snacks? Do you have your pen? Do you have your notebook? Do you have your stuff so that we can get to it? It is 2017. Can you believe that? Can you believe the last time I saw you guys, it was 2016 for many of you? That's crazy. We're in a whole new year. So it's Tuesday night, our Tuesday night live time. Hi, Miss Iris. How you doing? So I am Dr. Nicole, your certified master coach and success strategist. So if you are not in our Live Like You Matter community, you need to be in our Live Like You Matter community. So you need to go on Facebook and let us know that you want to join so we can let you in, because it is a closed group. And all of our social media extensions are pretty simple. Ask Dr. Nicole. Doesn't get much simpler than that. So you definitely need to check us out. What's going on? Lots going on. Lots going on for 2017. First thing, on this Sunday, you guys, January the 8th, we are having our virtual vision board party. You need to be there. If you have not signed up yet, it's $37. You don't want to miss it, because you want to hang out with all of us cool people while we get, hi Miss Arlene, while we get our vision board on. Snacks, yes, bring snacks. Make sure that you, hey honey, make sure if you have pictures and things like that, that you cut some of those out. Get some of your pictures together, or you can do it on Pinterest. We've got all of that figured out. We've got all the details. You just got to join and be someplace fabulous that makes you feel comfortable, whether that's at home or sitting at a coffee shop or going over to some of your girlfriends' houses, so that we can all do this together virtually and online. My super friend Yolanda K is going to be joining us, so we are going to have a blast of a time. And again, you cannot share our snacks, so you need to bring your own snacks, because we're going to have our own set of goodies and we're going to have a great time. So that's this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our folks out in Cali. And you can find out all about that. I mean, there are ads and posts and all kind of stuff in our Facebook group, Live Like You Matter Facebook group, in the Ask Dr. Nicole Facebook page, and also in, if you're one of my friends, just Nicole LaBeach, you'll find it there too. So very hard to miss, and we'll post it in this Facebook Live tonight so that you don't miss it. The other thing that's coming up is the week of January 25th. We are going to start our group coaching. So hey Angela, if you've got some amazing goals that you want to go after this year, you don't want to go after it alone. You want me to be your coach to help keep you accountable, strategize, be your thought partner, help you get it going. And you want our community, because we are fabulous and fun, and we'll make sure that you get it done. Hey! So keep all of that in mind. Still building, see a couple more people coming in. Naturally, if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, or say, let me get back to you on that. But naturally, if you are in our Live Like You Matter group, you can always post questions and always let us know what's going on with you, so that we can be a part of your solution and be on your team. Team you, yay, winning. Hey there, Kelly girl. So tonight we're going to talk about winning the war. Hey, Joycelyn, winning the war that is waged against your vision. Y'all, I have so much to say about this that I don't know. This might be a 2 or 3-parter. I might be doing this tomorrow and the day after. So we just gonna tune in. Like I said to myself, I'm gonna talk about this for about 15 minutes and then I'm just gonna stop. Because we just gonna have to think about some of the stuff that was said and process that, and I might come back tomorrow. And seriously, I'm thinking I might need like 3 parts to get this done. So you want to write some of this down. So coming from the premise that vision, you know, the visibility, right? We've been talking a lot about vision, and now we are in 2017. Excited. So we know the vision is about visibility. Not about feasibility, but about visibility. What you can see down the road. So, you know that when it comes to vision, it's not always going to be a smooth journey. Because vision deals with things, real vision deals with things where it's not all figured out. You know, it's not in this pretty little box with a beautiful bow on it where you just know, oh, I got this. I'm going to make this happen. We talked about the fact that real vision, first of all, it comes from God, and it comes from your ability to see it in the distance, own that the vision was given to you so that you can manifest it, and then doing all of the things necessary to align with purpose and the giver of the vision to manifest it. So that being said, you do know that there are great attacks on vision. That the distance between you having the vision and manifesting the vision is a journey. And the journey in between the two is kind of like this rubber band. So look at this rubber band. You see how it's bouncing, right? What is on the side of the rubber band is tension, right? So let's say my bottom hand is the goal. And my top hand, or let's say the top hand is the vision. And the bottom hand is where you're starting to figure out goals and things that are necessary to help you move towards the vision. Well, notice it's not just from here to here instantly, where all the tension is gone. It's a process, right? So right now, there's a great deal of tension in this rubber band. Hey, Kelly, great deal of tension in the rubber band, right? So that's vision and all the things that have to go into place for vision to be manifested. And while you're moving towards vision, you are still experiencing tension, right? Immediately, the tension does not go away, which means you have to sustain yourself through the tension that is going to help you manifest the vision. Some people will call it tension. Some people call it discomfort. Some people call it attacks. Some people call it setbacks, and some people just call it hard work, right? It's just the stuff that goes into the journey before you experience full manifestation of the vision. So knowing that a lot of things come against that, that's why it's called a journey. A lot of things come against the vision. You got to be prepared for it. So the first thing is, the easiest way for a vision to be sabotaged is for you not to be willing to commit to it. It's the easiest way for your vision to be sabotaged by default. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So you don't want to write it down. You don't want it to come out of your head, right? You're like, I got it all. Dr. Nicole, straight up, I got it all in my head. I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what it's supposed to look like. Oh, please, I've been thinking about this forever. I've been praying about this forever. Okay, so write it down. I don't need to do that. I have it all in my head. That is the easiest way for the vision to not come to pass. Easiest. You have just set into place a default function for it not to come to pass. Because how will anybody ever know? How will anybody ever know if you met the vision? Oh, could that be that was the whole plan? Could that be that part of the reason you don't want it to come out of your mind, you don't want it to be on a piece of paper, you don't want it to be on a vision board, you don't want it to be on something that reminds you, is because you're so afraid of failure that you're afraid to commit. Guess what? That is guaranteed that you won't manifest it. It's like almost a guarantee that you won't manifest it because you haven't called it what it is. You haven't been willing to be vulnerable enough to put it on paper, to put it on a vision board where you can look at it, where you can see it, where you can share with other people and say, pray with me about this. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I want you to agree with me that this is going to happen. Let me share it with you. Let me explain it to you. So first of all, I can hear myself say it, which makes me even further committed to it. And there's a level of agreement now that I am making in this commitment now that it is no longer just in my happy place. That's what I call my mind, my happy place, because a lot of things happen there. Don't judge. But now that you put it on paper, you can actually tweak it. You can actually see when things are happening. Hey, Dante, you can actually see when you're behind. You can actually see when you need to reposition things because it's not exactly where it should be. So the first thing in winning this war is to make sure that the vision is clear and it's got a visualization to it. So that you know when you need to extend it and go further. You know when it's picking up momentum and it's working. Because you can actually see it and you can be reminded by it. Listen, we're going to do this vision party on Sunday, and trust me, one of the things we're going to be telling everybody is now that it looks, this way where you've got all the pictures and all the stuff, where are you going to put it where you can see it consistently? So that you're not robbed. So that you are not robbed of the vision. Here's another reason why. Have you ever thought of something and you're really crystal clear about it, and then time goes by and you forget what you initially thought? Happens to me. Happens to people all the time. If you don't visualize it, make it plain, and write it down, as time passes, different things move to decay the vision, to erode it, to eat away at it. And because you never put it on paper, you never committed to it, you never said, this is what I want, this is what I see, this is what I believe is possible, that's what happens. It starts to erode over time. Or worse, you guys, other people start to influence it. And what started out as the vision of a giraffe now looks like a turtle that has the body of an elephant. So because you were unclear, you didn't put it down, other people now have the opportunity to come in and shift it, change it, morph it into something else, and it doesn't look anything like what you started with. So here's the thing. That's not other people giving you insight that is helping clarify your vision. because you didn't even put the vision down. So we don't, you don't even really know where you started. And let me tell you this, having it in your head is very different than it being on paper. There is something amazing that happens between you having it here and you letting it come out in a way where you can see it and you can shift things around and you can move things around and you can say, the walls weren't white. They were gray. The people were feeling this. They weren't feeling that. Wow. I think I have the courage to make it exactly the way I saw it, because Dr. Nicole said it's not about feasibility. So I'm not thinking about what I have and what I don't have. I'm just thinking about the vision in its purest state. And when I look at this looks like the vision. There's something about that process, you guys, that you cannot bridge by just having it in your head. You just can't. Now, once you have it where you can see it, when other people add their 2 cents or add their 5 cents, it's just that, it's addition. Because you already have the template. The vision is already clear. Now when they bring new insights and they bring new information and they bring new thoughts, you get to look at that as the visionary, as the person that's the keeper of the vision. You get to look at all of those additions and say, what's going to enhance it, but keep the core of the vision true? Does that make sense, you guys? Send me some love if you're grasping this. I don't want to go too fast because I don't want you to miss it. But that's like really, really critical. So let's talk about lack of strategy. Okay? You've got the vision. You want to win the war that is gauged against your vision. One of the things that's gauged against vision is lack of strategy, and it shows up in a couple of different ways. One of the ways that it shows up is lack of focus, right? So the greatest thing that you can do in being strategic about vision is looking at the vision from 50,000 feet, which is, down the road, whether that's a year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is for the vision that we're speaking of in your life. And being able to say, well, that being said, what is the strategic, most value-added path of least resistance to get there? Now, mind you, blessings will come along the way, just like different turns and different obstacles will come along the way. And the truth of the matter is those are blessings too. Don't get it wrong. A lot of people think an obstacle, oh my God, this can't be a blessing. This is horrible. Most of the time in the journey, what you think is an obstacle or even what you think is a derailer, it's a setup for something amazing. You just have to manage the process and manage yourself as you go through it. But like I said, I got a lot to say about this. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more tomorrow. So strategy. What are you going to focus on now? And what are you going to focus on tomorrow? And what are you going to focus on the third day? Why do I position it like that? Well, first of all, you can't focus on everything at the same time. Something's got to be first, right? So what are your priorities in your strategy? When you see that the vision is this house, right? We've been talking about this house for underprivileged kids and their moms, right? That was what we talked about in positioning to win. That was the vision, the example of vision. So what is the strategy to get you there? What are some of the big anchor pieces that have to take place based on what you understand to help you get there? Well, if you don't have any strategy, The problem becomes that you want to build the roof before you build the floor, right? So before you set cement for the house to be built and you make sure the foundation is strong, you're ready to build a roof. So you're not moving within an order that is going to work with you and give you adequate momentum to keep going and to sustain the process that's necessary to manifest the vision. So you got to have a strategy. When you look at it and you pull it apart, what are some definite things that need to take place? When do they need to take place? And then being really clear about who needs to help you make those things happen. When you don't have that, hey cousin, when you don't have that, you set yourself up to lose, because have you ever been in a house that has a very poor foundation but it has a nice roof? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, the roof is going to protect you from rain, but how are you going to put the furniture down? What are you going to do in that the foundation is cracking, it's porous, and you can't put anything on it? So you want to have a level of order in how you're going about manifesting the vision. You want to be strategic as it relates to the timing of what you're trying to do. Everything cannot happen today, right now, right this second, right this minute. Some things you may have to say, okay, I'm going to get some advice on that, because I want to make sure that I trigger that at the right point in this process. I don't want to lose traction and momentum on my vision because I'm doing things in an order that does not make intuitive sense. It doesn't make common sense, or worse, it doesn't make sense to people who have done it and can tell you that if you do it that way, you're going to come against a lot more problems and challenges than if you take this path that is a lot easier to help you get where you're trying to go quicker. Another thing is lack of connection with what's going on in the spirit. Don't know any other way to say it. What's going on in the spirit? There are things, guys, when we are trying to manifest a vision and we are moving towards a vision, there are things that we cannot see with the naked eye. You just can't see it. It's a spiritual thing. So when you're not bathing your vision in prayer, when you're not connected with God about what to do, how to do it, when to do it, who to ask for help, who to receive help from, you're at a disadvantage. Hey, Kim! You're at a disadvantage because remember, the vision was given to you by God. So let's look at it as God is now the manufacturer, right? And you're the dealer. You're the keeper of the vision. You might want to go to the manufacturer to find out how certain things operate so that you can get some insight that will keep you ahead of the curve. It's really important that you get agreement from people that can support your vision, pray for your vision, and keep you uplifted when you're starting to shake and you know, get a little weak at the knees. Kim Bright know what I'm talking about. Kim, you know, she did that for me one night. Trust and believe. She was like, don't die in the winter. Hold tight, Nicole. I got you. I got you. So you got to have some of those folks in your life, right? That can say to you, okay, step back. This was not this was not sabotage. You're not, you know, you're not gonna fall off the edge. We just got to pray, and we got to rework, and we got to get some wisdom and insight to know how to best move forward, right? Let's talk about lack of self-management. You guys, that is big, big, big. You get the vision. You visualize it. You now understand, based on what we've been talking about, that vision is not about feasibility. It's about visibility. It's about what you can see. It's not about the naysaying and all of that stuff. But you have to manage yourself, because the biggest derailer of any vision, hear me clear, loud, clear, clear, clear. The biggest derailer of any vision is you. It's you. That's the biggest derailer. And usually it comes in the form of self-management. Are you able to manage yourself through pressure? Are you able to manage yourself when things don't look like they're a guarantee and you've got to kick your faith into gear? Are you able to manage yourself in tension? Are you able to manage yourself when you're pissed off? Are you able to manage yourself towards the victory? Are you wise enough to know where you have self-management gaps? Okay, hold tight, Dr. Nicole. Self-management gap, what is that? You know that your issue is when it gets too tough, you want to retreat. Okay, good to know. That's a gap for you. What safeguard have you put in place so if that opportunity invites you to play, waste some time, retreat, run in the wrong direction, you don't accept the invitation? Is that an accountability partner? Is that a coaching group? Is that a coach? Is that a mastermind? What is that? Is that a mentor? What is going to help you ensure that in the places where you have a gap, you prepare for it so that you can best manage yourself to get over the hump? Because remember, at the end of the day, we're people trying to move towards vision that God has given us. Still people, still flesh. The more disciplined you are at knowing yourself and managing yourself, the easier the journey, if for nothing else, then you don't beat yourself up. You don't handle yourself inappropriately, which wears you down. So we've talked about, if you're the type of person, every time you hear no, it's received as a rejection, you now know that's a gap, right? That every time you hear no, it's received as a rejection. You feel horrible about yourself. You feel like nobody cares. You feel like nobody loves you. You feel like the vision must have been wrong. You got it all wrong. You go into this whole diatribe of crazy because somebody said no. That's a gap for you. So now you've got to find some ways of self-managing. And one of the things that you put on your vision board is no, is data. It's not a rejection. It's just data. It's information to inform me of how to get to my yes. And since it's a gap, I reach out to somebody like Arlene. Yay, it used to be you. It's not you anymore, Arlene. I love you. Right? You reach out to somebody like Arlene and you're like, okay, I'm going in. I'm going for the yes. But I know there's a real possibility I got some no's that I have to encounter. All right, Arlene, you're my buddy in this coaching group, okay? Anytime I get a no, I'm going to come to you. and we're going to talk it through so that I don't get on the ledge and I don't jump. I don't allow myself to be affected by the no the way I normally would so that I can manage myself towards the vision. Why? Why, Dr. Nicole? Why are we even talking about this, Dr. Nicole? Well, since you asked. The reason is the greatest war is time. Because it's the commodity you can't get more of, and you can't go back to get what you missed. So all of these things that come and wage against your vision is in hopes that it will misuse time in a way that discourages you, throws you off the path, and has you throw in the towel. So you have to be able to see that when vision is manifested, especially you guys, when we talk about vision that is ordained by God and given by God, it's to do good, right? It's to do something amazing. How do we know that? This is not just fluff or hype. What I know for a fact, this is not a feeling, this is not a guess. It's not guesswork, and it's not to pump you up. What I know for a fact, F-A-C-T, is that you are dynamic, you are valuable, and you were put here to do something absolutely fundamentally amazing with your breath and with your life. I know it for a fact, and there's nothing you can do about it. I know it to be true. So I know in that you are working towards manifesting vision. There are things that are going to come against you, and the more that you can see it and understand it and not take it personal to push you down and to have you retreat or have you feel like you're less than the person that's the owner of the vision and can bring the vision to manifestation, the more you can see those things, it's like your armor. You can win when you can see what's coming at you and you've decided how to deal with it. Therefore, it's not a surprise. The best wars are won when people understand that the enemy is coming. It's the easiest way to set yourself up because it's not a surprise. You already know it's going to go down like that. So those are just, you guys, this is the beginning of this conversation about what do you need to look out for. We're going to talk a little bit more about self-management tomorrow because I don't want to give you too much. I want you to digest it. I want you to digest it, and I want you to really think about it. And as we're gearing towards the vision party that's happening on Sunday, if you have not registered, please bless yourself. Please do. Sunday, January 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please bless yourself and join us so you can create your vision board. We are going to do some amazing things in there, and I want you to use the next couple of days to take down these notes and things that I'm telling you so that you can process it individually for you as it relates to your vision. This is not about judging you and saying, oh my God, how does she know I'm a procrastinator? Oh, I feel horrible. That's not what this is about. It's about being able to say, Dr. Nicole told me one of the things that I need to look out for if I'm going to win this war that's waged against my vision is I need to look out for my self-management gaps. I need to look out for the things that deal with me that I don't manage very well, because I need to put some things in place to make sure that I make some better decisions to ensure that my vision comes to pass. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you've got all the information, you guys. If you have not seen our post about the vision party in our Live Like You Matter group, I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're doing. If you haven't seen it, I just don't know where you are. Come on, you get with us, get present, go ahead, register so you can be a part of it. And you know, I hate to talk about the snacks, but y'all know the snacks are important. So get your snacks together, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel like you are doing it and you are fabulous. Get that together for Sunday, because no, you can't have none of my snacks. I already told y'all that. I love y'all too, but hey, this is serious. So let us know if you guys have any technical problems. So far, thank the Lord, we haven't had any with people signing up. So we're excited about that. Looking forward to you being there on Sunday, and looking forward to you really considering being a part of our coaching group, because at the end of the day, that's where a whole lot of the fun and the magic happens, because I would be your coach and it would be exciting and fabulous. So again, I'm going to continue on this tomorrow. I don't really have a time yet. I think I'll just put something out there that says, hey, you guys, in 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking about this. And if you get it live, you get it live. If not, you know you can always replay it. But you've got a couple of things that we talked about tonight. So you want to write them down, and you want to think about those things in reference to the vision that is on your heart for 2017. Okay? All right. Love you.